In a surprise move today, Joe Blackburn, Assistant Game Director of Destiny 2 at Bungie, gave the community an update via a thread on Twitter. So we haven't heard too much about PvP for some time, except that big balance patch this season, which shouldn't be overlooked. And Joe Blackburn dropped a bunch of new details on what Bungie has planned for PvP improvements coming soon in Destiny 2. So today, I'm going to go over everything that Joe mentioned, plus try and summarise the main details of the thread, as well as looking at a potential timeline for the future. If you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, first of all, let's have a look at the thread from Joe Blackburn on Twitter, and this was posted approximately 5 PM British summertime here in the UK. So Joe Blackburn at Joe Garoth on Twitter at 5:04 PM said, "So ahead of the showcase this month, I wanted to take a little time to talk about Destiny PvP. Competitive modes are part of what makes the game special, and I can't imagine a version of Destiny 2 that doesn't involve getting a sweet new gun and taking it for a spin in the Crucible. This year, the team has spent a lot of our future-facing effort on plussing up the current Crucible experience, and you've seen some of this already in the stasis balancing, reputation updates, and shifting the weapon metas. Well, next season, you'll continue to see this effort with not only the changes to 3 peaking, but also what the team has been planning to the revamp of Trials of Osiris, so tune in on the 24th of August for more information. We've got to keep our foot on the gas when it comes to revitalising PvP pursuits and keeping gameplay metas fresh. This isn't something that ever will be done, but we know we've got room to grow when it comes to new maps and modes. The first half of 2021 we've been working on the foundation, but now we're spinning up teams for new maps and modes. We believe in this investment, but it's going to take some time before you start seeing the results in the game. The ultimate goal here is consistency. If you play PvP, the team wants you to understand that you'll be getting new maps and modes every year, and that cadence of those coming out feels predictable. But in order to get predictable, we need to open the faucet again. New maps take time to get right, so to open the faucet for Season 16, the team is working on porting 2 vaulted Destiny 2 maps to be compatible with our engine updates. When we upgraded our engine with Beyond Light, it means we had to hand port all of our Destiny 2 maps and modes, so while it may seem from the outside like we're just pushing a button, there's a significant lift from the team to get more of this content back in rotation. And after reprised maps in Season 16, Season 17 will come with a brand new map. And there's a bunch of new environments in Destiny 2, and we're excited to start bringing them into the Crucible. Finally, after those 3 maps are added into the rotation in 16 and 17, we're going to be remastering a Destiny 1 map, and we're going to be bringing it to Destiny 2 for the first time in Season 18. Well, all of this effort is going to be done in parallel with the team looking to fund the far future with a predictable roadmap of maps in Lightfall and beyond. But maps are just part of the recipe here. We also know we need to support modes. So there's 3 main efforts going on behind the scenes here. First, the team is investigating getting Rift back into Destiny 2 next year. And it's been too long since we've dunked on some Guardians, and the Destiny sandbox has sped up in Destiny 2, so right now the team is validating that the mode still holds up with our new gameplay. Second, the team is working on multiple brand new modes for 2022. And we aren't quite ready to spoil these yet, but we're excited to offer new twists and rules to the ways that you can make Shaxx proud. And finally, after the dust settles on the Trials update in Season 15, we want to look at what other broad systematic improvements the PvP ecosystem needs. And we want to provide something on the scale of this Trials rework to players every year. So this tweet thread has turned into a bit of a tweet novel, but I wanted to make sure to shed some light on what's going on behind the scenes here. Overall, we're still very interested in growing the amount of Destiny that we make every year. One way to hold me accountable is by looking at our careers page. We're looking for environment artists, gameplay designers, lighting artists, and more to help improve our PvP output. We know you want more Destiny, and we're committed to growing the team, and that's going to make that possible. Now, it's always risky to talk about what's in the oven, as dates and specifics might change, but it's been a while since we talked PvP, and we want players to know that we're working on content for all those Guardians who like to spend time with Shaxx and the Red Jacks. Wow, so really interesting stuff there. Loads and loads of detail, so I'll try and have a go at summarising the top points from the thread. So first of all, Bungie have been working on plussing up the current Crucible experience, and we have seen that in the recent balance patch for stasis in the Crucible, so there's loads of work there. And I do remember Bungie saying they brought that work forward, so I imagine that was a massive effort from the team. So we've got 3 peaking changes coming in Season 15, and we're getting an update on the Trials revamp on the 24th, and it sounds like the Trials revamp is coming next season in Season 15, but I reckon we're going to know more at the Witch Queen showcase later in August. Joe also mentioned balancing Crucible is an ongoing activity that is never going to be quote-unquote done, and new teams have been spun up to work on new maps and new modes, and notice both of those statements are plural, so we've got dedicated teams working on maps and modes in Crucible, which is really, really good news. And then Bungie are looking at consistency when it comes to improvements, so new maps and new modes every year, which are deliverable in a predictable cadence, and that has definitely been lacking over the last couple of years with Shadowkeep, and particularly in Beyond Light. It was really weird that new DLC came out and we didn't see any major Crucible changes. It was really interesting that Joe pointed out all of the maps and modes had to be ported over to the new engine, and that really shed some light onto why so many PvP maps were vaulted in the first place. That must have been a huge amount of work. So new maps, they're going to take time to get right, but to bridge that gap, there's going to be 2 maps returning from the Destiny content vault in Season 16, and I'm guessing they're 2 maps that went away with Beyond Light. So let me know down in the comments what maps you want to see come back from the Destiny content vault. I'd really love to hear what you think and what maps you've been missing. Well, Season 17 will see a brand new PvP map set in a new environment that's in Destiny 2. And Joe didn't mention which environment this was going to be, but I reckon a good bet could be Europa. That is a good candidate, really, really good looking location, and could make for an interesting PvP map. And in Season 18, we're going to see a remastered map returning from Destiny 1. So again, let me know down in the comments what map you want to see come back from Destiny 1. Be really interested to see what you have to say. Also, Rift is returning in 2022, so finally, Rift is coming back pending a speed check with the current sandbox. So Destiny 2 has sped up since Rift went away, but it's really, really exciting that Rift is coming back. One of the better objective game modes in Destiny history. And really interesting stuff there. Towards the end, Joe said Bungie want to provide something on the scale of the Trials rework every year. We'll just have to see about that. That is a lot of work, but if they're going to be spinning up dedicated teams for maps and modes, and it sounds like they are on a massive recruitment drive at the moment. Having a peek at the careers page on the Bungie website, looks like they're really scaling up their teams, which is only good news for us fans of PvP. And Joe then finally acknowledges it's difficult to talk about things that are in the oven, but he wanted to be open and transparent about the upcoming Crucible improvements. Well, that is pretty much it, and there's loads of information there, and probably the most information we've had about Crucible for some time, so massive thank you to Joe Blackburn, and obviously the teams working furiously on those updates to get them ready, and it sounds like some of them are going to be coming in Season 15, and obviously we've already seen quite a big balance patch in Season 14, so massive thank you to the teams working on that. I'm sure that is loads and loads of work, and I'm sure there's been a few late nights in there, so it's really, really appreciated. Well, this is what Destiny 2 PvP players have wanted for the longest time, and you know, it really makes me extra hyped for that Witch Queen showcase coming on the 24th of August. Now we should be getting information on the Witch Queen Season 15, plus also a Trials revamp too. Really, really, really exciting stuff. Well, let me know down in the comments what you think of the update from Joe Blackburn today. Loads of information. Really, really want to hear what you think. What Destiny 2 maps do you want to see come out of the Destiny content vault? And what Destiny 1 map do you want to see in Season 18? Plus, what do you want to see from that Trials revamp? Really, really exciting stuff. And do you know what? I can't wait for that Witch Queen update. It's going to be really, really exciting. So much to look forward to in the Destiny community at the moment. I know there tends to be a little bit of salt in the Destiny community at all times, but really, this is the most exciting time to be a fan of Destiny 2. And I tell you what, I'm super, super hyped. Well, that is it for this report on the Crucible update from Joe Blackburn at Bungie. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.